Hi, this is a reading for you. It is not attached to a zodiac sign nor a timeline. The intention is, if you come across this reading, it should benefit you in some way. That being said, I've pulled some cards for you. What I want to say is, this whole reading, it sort of encourages your own strength and knowing. You're represented by the Hierophant. So you could be learning something, but it does entail holding a great deal of wisdom in itself. I mean, the Hierophant has authority. The Hierophant would be the leader of the temple, so to speak. It can talk about commitments such as marriage or higher education. So it's more formal, it's traditional. You may be reflecting on certain traditions even. It could be just sort of high-minded concepts. I also kind of get the impression of, spirituality or, something like that, because on your mind, it's almost like there's this sort of explosive realization of your potential, or there's like some sudden opportunity or situation that comes into your life, because I feel like you're very determined to reach a goal or a certain place in your life or way of feeling even. This is maybe something, maybe you feel overlooked, or maybe you've been overlooking something. There could be a communication that you're also afraid to make, or there's like some kind of like difficult aspect to get through, or it's sort of just those steps. Because it's almost like you're keeping yourself stuck. But eventually that does sort of, I want to say, come to an end. I feel like there could be communications that come in that sort of change your perspective. I don't know. I feel like you're sort of clawing your way to a certain spot, like piece by piece. Like it seems like maybe it's taking a long time, but don't give in. Like the time and effort is worth anything that you want to do. But it's almost like you're sort of gathering information, you're learning, you're maybe not, it's like you're working out the rough edges of things almost. Now, what I do want to say is it seems like you maybe wrestle with negative thoughts, or maybe there's some kind of information that came in that has inspired pain or some kind of difficult something. But for me, the way I initially saw it was sort of working past, negative thinking. But that being said, also, it could definitely be a difficult situation because we have the Ten of Swords as the outcome. So that is something very much coming to an end, and maybe not necessarily even in a pleasant way. But the good news about it is when it's done, you sort of just move forward from there, because even the Queen of Wands comes out to clarify it. So, I'm gonna say stick to your guns, and maybe the scary decision or the less than easy situation or decision is sort of just what you need. If that is the case, that will, resonate with you. You should know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, it's not for you. But there could be something about hidden communication. Clarify outcome. And, also maybe like coming to clarity or bringing clarity to certain things, because it's almost like, especially if you're leaving a situation behind, which I definitely think is the case, because it's definitely sort of implying that, like, because look, there's like fear and death, the outside influence, there's the Ten of Swords. I'm gonna say break that fear, because it seems like whatever you're cutting loose from, right? I mean, it doesn't really seem to be benefiting you. It's almost like it would be an elevation of sorts. So if it's like a job, or if it's a person, or whatever it is, it's like, it kind of feels like one of those moments of ripping off a band-aid, you know what I mean? Yeah, that definitely seems to be the case. It seems to sort of suggest a break out of your normal way of seeing things or doing things, maybe specific commitments, because it's almost like you've been taking a balanced approach at this, or a balanced investigation of this for probably a period of time. And again, there does seem to be some level of difficulty with it, but it's almost like, and these could be perspectives, but it's almost like you're sort of blazing off to the sunset and leaving behind all this like very frustrating energy, or very like stagnant energy in some kind of way. And even in the things unseen, there is the sun. So I don't know, I feel like, especially on is for yourself on an intuitive level, it's just like listen to that inner dialogue, and pay attention to how you're like feeling, I guess. Yeah, I feel like there's obstacles to overcome, right? Because this is all about like clarity and overcoming obstacles or beating the odds. It also talks about sort of indirect, because it's telekinesis, right? So it's sort of um those communications, or those messages that we can't quite understand fully. It's, because it's of the mind, it's of um telekinesis, but even this, it talks about focusing your energy properly, channeling your focus onto certain things to overcome whatever obstacles may be at hand. So I think the whole thing is to sort of trust yourself and like channel your energy and trust where you're going. And, that's certainly a recipe for success. So I hope this reading was enjoyable. If you liked it, if you resonated, please do feel free to like and subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff. I'm going to take this further on my Patreon for the extended reading. If you want to join me there, that's where all of my like bonus content goes, and a lot of exclusive content, and it's a great support to the channel. So I appreciate you all being here, and I hope you have a great